Hey guys, it is me, Phoenix. We are going to do a general read. We're going to pull from the Zodiac 108 deck from Intuitive Oracle, and then we're going to pull from Tarot. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss a topic. From that topic, we're going to understand the journey, the lesson, and then we're going to pull from the Four Agreements, learning to be impeccable with your words, not to make assumptions, to know that you've done your best, and not to take anything personal. Then we're going to pull from the Crystal deck, which focuses on the chakras that you need to work on. Please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, yellow hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you wait. Hold on, I said it wrong. Please listen. Red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you rock with me and got my six, meaning have my back because I have yours. We are going to discuss the worry beads. You are worrying about a heart, a home, and also some type of dishonor or baggage or grapes, which means abundance happening. So you're worrying about something. Let's understand what we need to do. The round table. Round table comes out community. You're going to get help from somebody in your community, but you just got to go with the flow. This is about family, a fine print. You're looking at close details in regards to a situation, but you know that, yeah, they're finding fault or some type of energy or some type of ridicule that you're going to feel or where you were feeling. And now you have to understand and let it go and put it in the hands of the universe, because that is how I learned water carrier. So it's about us, you guys. This is what you're going through. You got to let it go and put it in the universe and know that. And I'm going to pull out my game of life and how to play it, because this is where you start to manifest and understand the power of manifestation, and knowing that, you have to be able to get and move forward and not worry about it, because if you worry about it, it's like drinking poison. And the thing is that it makes you nervous, it makes you sick. And these cards that come out is the answer is no, the hot air balloon and the eclipse. So something about what you're worrying about, the answer is going to be no, meaning that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That means that it could be a good thing. But right now, when it comes to a situation, it says the answer is no, the situation or event is not unfolding at this time. So whatever you're worried about is not going to happen. I'm going to read to you in the game of life and how to play it, because this is just how I understand it, how to let things go when it comes to the universe. So you are a water carrier. You are a humanitarian, very generous, noble, balanced, calm life, communication, compassionate, unselfish, alleviate suffering, benefactor, care of others, humane, helpful, and ethical. You are all of these in one, and therefore the universe is not going to not show up for you. And so what you're worrying about, the answer is that it's not even going to happen. So whatever you're worrying about, something not happening when it comes to a home or some type of dishonor, you're worrying for nothing, because that is the baggage that when it comes to drinking your own poison or being in a toxic environment, that's what happens. It starts you to question the abundance that goes and flows through you. So let me I'm going to pause it. I'll pull from the cards, but I'm going to get the book because you have to understand that the energy that you put out in the world, it's like it's going to happen. And the shooting star says here, just to let you know, listen, I can't make this up. This is Perfect Self-Expression by the Game of Life and How to Play It. Florence Scovel Shin, you guys hear me saying it. That's how I created my affirmation that I say at the end. And that's why I say a lot of the things that I say in my reads, because I've learned the power of your word and affirmation. And that's why we send strength and healing to every situation, person, place, thing, or situation, because it's here to teach you a lesson. So let's just say, whatever I demand is a perfect idea registered in the divine mind and must manifest under grace in a perfect way. So this is an affirmation. Maybe you should screenshot it. If you're worrying about something, this is what you should say, the affirmation. And then I'm going to read to you inside the game of life and how to play it, the part when it comes to manifesting and worrying about things that might not ever happen. And the answer is no. It says this answer is no. The situation or event is not unfolding at this time, meaning that whatever you're worrying about is not unfolding. It's not happening. So stop your worrying and let's move forward and let's start manifesting in a perfect way. And so that is how I see that energy. Let me go ahead and read these to you so that you can understand. So again, the worry beads. And this is card of Gemini and card of Cancer next to it. This is, I want to say Sagittarius. I don't know how to read those parts, so don't get me wrong with that. I know that's Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, anyway, so worry. Worry, fear, anxiety, irritated, calming, soothing, bored, passing time, upset, unease, needs, care, fretful, ritual, repetitive motion, de escalate, and nervous tick. So, what you're worrying about, again, will probably never happen. Heart and home, happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, established, fulfillment, legacy, boundaries, um, affection, peace, heart's desire, and longevity. You're worrying about something when it comes to the heart, but the pillory, I don't know how to say that. Open dishonor, humiliation, finding fault, punishment, abusive, shutdown, cult, public ridicule, mockery, nowhere to run, censor, serving time, and vulnerable. This is how you feel, but there's baggage here. Excess, unresolved issues held together, preparedness, pack rat, fearing, separation, heavy burdens, responsibility, necessities, preparing to go, next phase, long journey. So there has been a long journey that you've been facing when it comes to a situation in regards to the matters of the home. Doesn't mean it has to do with the home. It doesn't mean that it could be the people in the home or the people that you want in the home, and that the people that you nurture all day or the situations that you nurture. And so that's just kind of how I see that. But the grapes let you know that your abundance. It says bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulged, tempting, goodness, plentiful, wealth, enjoy the fruits of your labor. So whatever you planted the seed with will always come to pass, and that means that'll come to fruition. But that means you have to understand that your generosity and the things that you do will always bring positive energy towards you, if that makes sense. And then so the roundabout, community, connections, new directions, keep it moving, controls the flow of information, solutions, circular reasoning, fluid, many working parts, perfect timing, or redirect. So again, what you're trying to do, you have to deflect and redirect that energy, that negative energy of worrying and the baggage, excuse me, because you know that you've looked at the fine print, the details. Details, look closer, inspection, research, be careful, in depth, pay attention, don't assume, thorough, deep dive, hidden information, double check, read between the lines. So you're looking at everything. This is when we get into the point to where we start to overanalyze situations. We start to overanalyze situation, and then we start to worry about it because we think that things won't happen the way they're supposed to. But your loyalty when it comes to family, friends, and situationships, loyalty, faithful, allegiance, parents, children, siblings, fidelity, commitment, trust, affections, support systems, origins, tribe, dependable, sincere, and kindred spirits will always and be the issues of, like I tell you, my 12th house is in Cancer, and they say that family is my biggest worry. That'll be my biggest worry, and sometimes your biggest downfall, and that's you being in the Queen of Pentacles, because you're able to manifest things. So when it comes to this situation, it says again that no, the answer is no. This situation or event is not unfolding at this time. So what you're worrying about, and again, will probably never happen. The hot air balloon, balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow, rise above, don't resist, new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity, continuous flow, ascension, view, elevate, and feeling good, and the eclipse, union of opposites, union of opposites. So maybe this is a matter of the hearts when it comes to opposite energy or family dynamics. But you're looking at everything through a fine tooth comb, and therefore it's gonna start you to it's gonna start you to worry about the future. Remember, yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. The only thing that's real is the present moment. So enjoy right now. Stop worrying about the future. Stop holding on to the past, which is causing you pain. The future is causing you anxiety. So again, when it comes to this energy, it says union of opposites, conceal, event, mask, upstage, merge, transform, camouflage, hide, overshadow, loss of power, temporary block, support, sudden darkness, and reveal. And then the shooting star energy, right? Quick action, wishes granted, rare, falling, moment in time, luck, dynamic, incandescent, dazzled, sudden, short-lived, passionate, passing through, enterprising, and then brilliant. And again, remember, whatever I demand in perfect idea registers in divine mind and must manifest under grace in a perfect way. So that is you learning to manifest things and to express yourself in the way that you want and to ask for what you want, and also to put it in the hands of the universe, all your burdens, all of the worries, all the problems, all of the things that you feel like you don't have control over. And always remember that it'll probably never happen. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the game of life. Let me pull to the actual thing. But before I do that, let me pull from the vision board deck. What have you been focusing on, and what is it that you are doing to keep your mind off of or away from certain energies? Hold on. Okay. Yep. Debt free. This is about a debt matter. I think it might, in you're winning whatever it is. And children, even the smallest one can change the world. So this is you. Again, inspiration, now or never. Inspire, fearless, enjoy every moment. So this is you keeping yourself inspired, and also making sure that what you manifest, you just let it go. You plant the seed and move forward. But again, you have the power. Your energy, your energy has the power to change and move mountains. But you have to understand that what you're doing and why you decided to plant the seed, and that everything, whatever I demand in perfect idea, registers in divine mind and must manifest under grace in a perfect way. So now, since we pulled that, you're trying to become debt free. You're worrying in regards to something that is holding you back when it comes to a home or a situation. But again, you still have to be the person who uplifts yourself. When we look at a hot air balloon, and I say that because I'm looking at this, when we look at a hot air balloon, or we look at the stars and the moon, we don't really understand how they come up and how they stay up at night, or how they come up and are able to stay in the sky. But that's not our worry. We cannot worry about that. That's what we put in the hands of the universe in order for us to get through. As long as we know that we can count on the sun, the moon, the stars, and also ourselves in order to get out of this unhealthy energy, then we will always be abundant. But you have to put the burdens in the hands of the universe in order for you to understand, because you are worrying so much about the situation that you're going to manifest whatever it is that you're worried about. If you just let it go and put it in the hands of the universe and know that things will happen within divine timing in a perfect way, then guess what? You are putting that out there and letting the worry be done by the universe, if that makes sense. And I'll read to you right now what I mean by that. Hold on one second. Let me get the book. Okay, so this is The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. This book was created in 1929. This is where everybody kind of, if you ask me, gets their affirmations and everything from. So copywritten 1925 by Florence Scovel Shinn. And this is what we're reading, the Law of Non-Resistance. That's this book. That's this card. And this is how, oh no, Law of Self-Expression. Sorry. I have it on there. There, Perfect Self-Expression. Where is it at? Here is the Law of Non-Resistance. This is what we're going to read, the paragraph. So anyway, let's go ahead and read it. And I'll timestamp this, 1250. So it says, Law of Non-Resistance. Resist not evil, but overcome of evil. Resist not evil, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Nothing on earth can resist an absolute non-resistant person. The Chinese say that whatever is the most powerful element, I said whatever. Okay, you guys. Anyway, I'll read it over. The Chinese say that water, which is us, right, is the most powerful element because it is perfectly non-resistant. It can wear a rock away and sweep all before it. Jesus Christ said, resist not evil, for he knew in reality there is no evil, therefore nothing to resist. Hold on, that's my mom. Okay. So it says, let me start over. The Chinese say that water is the most powerful element. It is perfectly non-resistant. It can wear away a rock and sweep all before it. Jesus Christ says, resist not evil, for he knew in reality there is no evil, therefore nothing to resist. Evil has come on man's vain imagination or a belief in two powers, good and evil. There is an old legend that Adam and Eve ate of a Maya, the tree of illusion, and saw two powers instead of one power, God. Therefore, evil is false law man has made for himself through psychoma and soul sleep. Soul sleep means that man's soul has been hypnotized by the race belief, it says in parentheses, of sin, sickness, and death, which is carnal or mortal thought, and his affairs have outpictured his illusion. We have read in the preceding chapters that man's soul is his subconscious mind, and whatever he feels deeply, good or bad, it is outpictured by the faithful servant. His body and affairs shall forth what he has been pictured. The sick man has pictured sickness, the poor man poverty, the rich man wealth. People often say, why does a little child attract illness when it is too young even to know what it means? I answer that Children are sensitive and receptive to the thoughts of others about them and often outpicture the fears of their parents. I heard a metaphysician once say, if you do not run your subconscious mind, someone else will run it for you. Mothers often unconsciously attract illness and disaster to their children by continually holding them in thoughts of fear and watching for symptoms. For example, a friend asked a woman if her little girl had the measles. She replied promptly, not yet. This implied that she was expecting the illness and therefore preparing the way for what she did not want for herself and child. However, the man who is centered and established in right thinking, the man who sends out only goodwill to his fellow man, and who is without fear, cannot be touched or influenced by the negative thoughts of others. In fact, he could then receive only good thoughts as he himself sends forth only good thoughts. Resistance is hell, for it places a man in the state of torment. It says, a metaphysician once gave me a wonderful receipt for taking every trick in the game of life. It is the acme of non-resistance. He gave it in this way. At one time in my life, I baptized children, and of course, they had many names. Now I no longer baptize children, but I baptize events. But I give every event the same name. If I have a failure, I baptize its success in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. In this, we see that great law of transmutation founded on non-resistance. In this, we see the great law of transmutation founded on non-resistance. Through his spoken word, every failure was transmuted into success. It says, for example, a woman who required money and knew the spiritual law of opulence was thrown continuously in a business way with a man who made her feel very poor. He talked lack and limitation, and she commenced to catch his poverty thoughts. She disliked him and blamed him for her failure. She knew in order to demonstrate her supply, she must first feel that she had received a feeling. A feeling of opulence must precede in manifestation. It dawned upon her one day that she was resisting the situation and seized two powers instead of one. So she blessed the man and baptized the situation's success. She affirmed, as there is only one power, God. This man is therefore my good. And there is only one power, God. This man is here for my good, my prosperity. Just what he did not seem to be good for. She says, soon after she met through this man, a woman who gave her service rendered several $1,000s, and the man moved to a distant city and faded harmoniously from her life. Make this statement. Every man is a golden link in my chain of good, for all men are God in manifestation, awaiting the opportunity given by man himself to serve the divine plan of his life. Bless your enemy, and you rob him of his ammunition. His arrows will be transmuted into blessings. Okay, and that's why I say, you guys, send strength and healing, period. That's it. It says, the law is true of nations as well as individuals. Bless a nation, send love and goodwill to every inhabitant, and it is robbed of its power and harm. Man can only get the right idea of non-resistance through spiritual understanding. My students have often said, I don't want to be a doormat. I replied, when you use non-resistance with wisdom, no one will ever be able to walk over you. Another example. One day I was impatiently waiting for an important telephone call. I resisted every call that came in and made out no ongoing calls myself, reasoning that it might interfere with the one I was waiting for. That was in the day of beep, 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 when the phones were busy. Instead of saying divine ideas never conflict, the call will come at the right time, leaving it to infinite intelligence to arrange. I commenced to manage things myself. I made the battle mine, not God's, and remained tense and anxious. The bell did not ring for about an hour, and I glanced at the phone and found the receiver had been off for a length of time, and the phone was disconnected. My anxiety and fear and disbelief in interference had brought on a total eclipse of the telephone. Realizing what I had done, I commenced blessing the situation once. I baptized its success and affirmed, I cannot lose any call that belongs to me by divine right. I am under grace and not under law. A friend rushed out to the nearest telephone company and notified the company to reconnect. She entered a crowded grocery, but the proprietor left the customers and attended to the call himself. My phone was connected at once. 2 minutes later, I received a very important phone call, and about an hour afterwards, the one that I had been waiting. One ship comes in over calm seas. So as long as man resists a situation, he will have it with he will have it with him. If he runs away from it, it will run after him. For example, I repeated this to a woman one day as she replied, "How true that is. I was unhappy at home. I disliked my mother, who was critical and domineering. So I ran away and was married, but I married my mother. For my husband was exactly like my mother, and I had the same situation to face again. Agree with thine adverse quickly." That means agree that the adverse situation is good. Be undisturbed by it, and it falls away of its own weight. None of these things move me is a wonderful affirmation. You guys, I say that to you too. None of these things move me is a wonderful affirmation. The inharmonious situation comes from inharmony within man himself. When there is in him no emotional response to an inharmonious situation, it fades away forever from his pathway. So we see man's work is ever with himself. People have said to me, "Give treatments to change my husband or my brother." I replied, "No, I will give treatments to change you. When you change, your husband and your brother will change." One of my students was in the habit of lying. I told her it was a failure method, and if she's lied, she will be lied to. She replied, "I don't care. I can't possibly get along without lying." One day, she was speaking on the phone to a man whom she was very so much in love with. She turned to me and said, "I don't trust him. I know he's lying to me." I replied, "Well, you lie yourself, so someone has to lie to you, and you will be sure it will be the person that you want the truth from." Sometimes after that, I saw her and she said, "I'm cured of lying." I questioned, "What cured you?" She replied, "I have been living with a woman who lied worse than I did." One is often cured of its faults by seeing them in others. Life is a mirror, and we find ourselves reflecting in our associates. Living in the past is a failure method and violates the spiritual law. Jesus Christ said, "Behold, now is the accepted time. Now is the day of salvation." Lot's wife looked back and was turned into a pillar of salt. The robbers of time are now past and the future. Man should bless the past and forget it. If it keeps him in bondage I'll read that over. The robbers of time are the past and the future. Man should bless the past and forget it. If it keeps him in bondage, and bless the future, knowing it has in store him endless joys, but living fully in the now. For example, a woman came to me complaining that she had no money which to buy Christmas gifts. She said, "Last year was different. I had plenty of money and gave lots of presents, and this year I have scarcely a cent." I replied, "You will never demonstrate money while you're living a pathetic and live in the past." I'll read that over. I replied, "You will never demonstrate money while you are pathetic and live in the past. Live fully in the now and get ready to receive Christmas presents. Dig your ditches and the money will come." She exclaimed, "I know what I'll do. I'll go buy some tinsel twine, Christmas seals, and wrapping paper." I replied, "Do that, and the and the presents will come, and stick them to the Christmas seals." She says, to this was showing financial fearlessness and faith in God. And the reasoning mind said, keep every cent that you have, and you are not sure that you'll get any more. If you are not sure that you'll get any more. She bought the seals, paper, and twine, and a few days before Christmas received a gift several $100s, buying the seals and the twines impressed the subconscious with expectancy and opened the way for the manifestation of the money. She purchased all the presents in time, in plenty of time. Man must live suspended in the moment. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is salvation of the dawn. He must be spiritually alert and ever waiting his leads, taking advantage of every opportunity. One day I continuously silently said, "Infinite Spirit, don't let me miss a trick." And something very important was told to me that evening. If it is most necessary to begin the day with the right words, make an affirmation immediately upon waking. For example, "Thy will be done this day. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for a perfect day. Miracles shall follow miracles. and wonders shall never cease. Make this a habit, and one will see wonders and miracles come into his life. So that is why I say this. Stop living in the past. Does that make sense? You guys, orange hearts if you're here with me 25 minutes later. So it took me like 12 minutes to read that. Orange hearts if you're still here and you understand what that means now, if that makes more sense to you. So that's why I'm saying you have the power. Even one of the smallest children can change the world. You don't have to be God-fearing. You don't have to be, a mentor, anybody that's in the limelight. You just have to know the power of your words. And the hot air balloon, it's not about you to understand how it gets up there or how the moon and the stars come up every night. It's about you understanding that you are very abundant, and everything that you put out there within divine right will never, will always work for you, because it's either now or never, living in the present moment and not in the past nor in the future. You have to know that the future is going to come to you the way it wants, and that's for you to have your success, your great love, and your rewards. Or also, when it comes to the Nine of Cups energy, that's for you to be comforted and satisfied with everything that comes to fruition for you. And so that comes with you having to understand what conflict means. So the worry comes from conflict. The love comes from the conflict, but these are lessons. The being able to work on yourself, Page of Pentacles, never stop learning, because if you think you know everything, you know nothing at all. And having the insight and knowledge to know how to be able to manifest and to trust into your intuition is because of who you are. So we're going to go ahead and pull from the Four Agreements. I believe that this is a really good read for us to keep going with, because, it says everything that you need to know. The power of manifestation and the power of your words. You have to know and to live in the future. In the present moment and not in the future or the past. Don't make assumptions. Be impeccable with your words, because you've done your best. This came out in my last read that I just did. So don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask likewise. Everybody has the right to ask for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. Be impeccable with your words. Know what you want. Say what you mean what you say. Create a beautiful dream. It says your words can create the most beautiful dream, or your words can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. And I just read that to let you know that you have the power. Whatever I demand in perfect idea registers in divine mind and must manifest under grace in a perfect way. You have the right to say what you want, mean what you say, to be impeccable with your words, and know that you always done your best at the end of the day. So stop worrying about the things that you cannot change, but you have to be able to manifest it in order and know that it's coming through. And that's the power of your intuition. Surrender and let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. And that was the reason why I read that chapter. That was the reason why this came out the way it did, because again, you have to know the power of manifestation, and you got to understand to let go of the worry and the things that you cannot change and the things that you shouldn't be worrying about. There's only a power, one which is the infinite intelligence, or what you call maybe God, however you call it, but it's only a power of one, not two gods. So there's no good or evil. There's only good. You can attract evil if you keep living in that poisonous energy. Root chakra, solar plex chakra, and the heart and throat chakra. Fancy jasper and the malachite. The root and the solar plex chakra. The root chakra is your ability to ground yourself. That came out in the beginning of the read. Your ability to survive, to be stable, and to ground yourself, and the solar plex chakra is your optimism, clarity, and taking your personal power back. So understanding that tranquility, healing, and clarity is there. I release the past and enjoy the present and welcome the future. I cannot make this stuff up. If you guys don't see all of these cards that come out the way that they do, I cannot make them up. Now, when it comes to the heart and the throat chakra, this is cleansing, protection, and heals. The heart chakra is your ability to send strength and healing, period. That's it, with nothing behind it. Love your enemy, and like they say, it will transmute, or they will dissolve and dissipate. Not literally, but they will find something else to do, or they will come back to you healed. That's why I say send strength and healing, period. And that's it. So to be loving, to be harmonious, and the power of forgiveness. Send in strength and healing, period. Your throat chakra is being able to communicate and express and trust in what you say, knowing what you want and meaning what you say, but also to be able to understand that your communication comes from your heart and your expression comes from your heart. Do not change who you are for anyone else. You will always see your rewards if you understand how the universe is on your side. But you have to live in the present moment, release the past, and also know that what the future is, what the future brings, it won't cause you anxiety. You will be able to manifest in the present moment for the future, for everything to work your way, to have your rewards, to have everything, the success and everything, and for things to come to fruition when it comes to your energy. And that's for you to be comfortable and to be satisfied with whatever you manifested. And that is you. So cleanse, protects, and heals. It says, I welcome positive transformation in my life. So now let's go ahead and let this old energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or situation. I love you guys.